Welcome. Today we are getting ready for trigonometry, talking about how to label a right triangle. So the first thing to remember is that you have talked about parts of a right triangle before. The longest side is always called the hypotenuse, and then the other two sides are called legs. Pythagorean theorem gave these parts letters. They said A, B, and C, and let us use the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared to find a third side when we had two of them. But now with trigonometry, we'll be able to do calculations combining angles with sides. We no longer have to separate just using angles or just using sides. We can put them together. Now you won't always have vertex labels on your corners of your triangles to reference your angles, so we will sometimes use Greek letters. One common one is theta. It's the slanty O with a line through the middle, or alpha, which just looks like a curly A. In right triangle trigonometry, we will always choose one of the acute angles to be the reference angle. So theta could be a reference angle, alpha could be a reference angle, but the right angle never will be the reference angle. It's always an acute angle, never the right angle. We are going to have new names for these sides though, so we don't need the A, B, and C anymore. Let's start by using theta as our reference angle. The hypotenuse is always the side that's across from the right angle, every single time. But the two legs are both called legs, so we need a way to differentiate between those and be able to talk about one leg or the other and be sure we know which one we're talking about. So first, notice that one of the legs helps make the reference angle. That leg is called the adjacent side because, well, adjacent means next to, and it's right next to the angle. Now the other leg is all the way on the opposite side of the triangle from the reference angle. So we'll call that one the opposite side. Now if your reference angle changes, you'll need to change your side names also. So let's bring alpha back in, that top left corner. If we take theta away and alpha is our reference angle now, notice what happens with our sides. The opposite side is now the bottom because that's the one that's across the triangle from alpha. But the hypotenuse never changes. It's always across from the right angle. So to summarize, when you're naming sides of a right triangle to get ready for trigonometry, always find the hypotenuse first. It's always across from the right angle. It never changes, even when your reference angle changes. Then look for your reference angle and use that to determine which leg is the adjacent side and which leg is the opposite side. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.